When people think of Mickey Mouse, they imagine something timeless. The same smile, the same round ears, the same red shorts and yellow shoes. But the Mickey Mouse you see walking through Disney parks today is very different from the one guests met decades ago. Behind that familiar face is a long history of redesigns, technical improvements, and quiet changes, all made to protect the illusion, improve safety, and adapt to changing expectations. Mickey didn't just evolve on screen, he evolved inside the parks. The early days, simple, rigid, and experimental. When Disneyland first opened in 1955, Mickey Mouse costumes were extremely basic by modern standards. These early versions were closer to theatrical props than wearable suits. The heads were oversized and rigid, often made from hard materials with limited ventilation. Facial expressions were fixed, meaning Mickey always looked the same regardless of the situation. Visibility for performers was poor, movement was restricted, and the suits were heavy, especially under California heat. At this stage, the goal wasn't realism or comfort, it was recognition. As long as guests could instantly tell it was Mickey, the costume did its job. The 1960s to 1970s. Standardization begins. As Disney parks expanded and attendance grew, Disney realized consistency mattered. Mickey needed to look the same whether you met him in California or Florida. This led to standardized costume designs. Materials improved slightly, making the heads lighter and the bodies more flexible. Proportions became more consistent. Mickey's facial features were refined to better match his animated appearance of the era. Still, these costumes were far from perfect. Visibility was limited, cooling systems were non-existent, and performers relied on short shifts to avoid exhaustion. But for the first time, Mickey started to feel like a brand, not just a character. The 1980s. Softer features and friendlier faces. The 1980s marked a major turning point. Disney shifted Mickey's look toward a softer, friendlier appearance. The head shape became more rounded, the eyes larger and more expressive, and the materials more forgiving. This era also introduced better internal support systems, allowing performers to move more naturally. The suits were still hot and heavy, but they allowed for gestures like waving, hugging, and posing for photos more comfortably. This change reflected Disney's growing emphasis on character interaction, not just visual presence. Mickey wasn't just something you saw, he was someone you met. The 1990s. Performer comfort takes priority. By the 1990s, Disney parks had become global destinations. Mickey needed to perform longer, interact more, and remain consistent across different climates. This pushed major upgrades in costume engineering. Lighter foam materials replaced heavier components. Internal ventilation improved. Visibility systems were refined, allowing performers to see guests more clearly without breaking character. The proportions were also adjusted to look more balanced in photos and video, a growing concern as personal cameras became common. Mickey now had to look good not just in person, but in memories. The 2000s. Animation accuracy and emotional design. As animation technology advanced, audiences became more sensitive to accuracy. Mickey's costume began reflecting his modern animated design more closely. Facial features were subtly adjusted to appear more expressive, even though the face remained fixed. The mouth shape, eye positioning, and head tilt were refined to convey warmth and friendliness from any angle. This era also emphasized safety and ergonomics. Costumes were designed to reduce strain on performers' necks and backs, allowing for smoother movement and fewer injuries. Behind the scenes, Disney invested heavily in training, teaching performers how to use body language to communicate emotion through a static face. The 2000s. The modern Mickey takes shape. By the 2000s, Mickey Mouse costumes reached what many consider their most polished form. The head design became lighter, more symmetrical, and easier to maintain. Cooling systems were improved, and materials allowed for better airflow. The costumes were designed to look consistent under different lighting conditions, from bright sunlight to indoor attractions. Character guidelines also became stricter. Why Disney keeps changing. Mickey Disney doesn't redesign Mickey for fun. Each change serves a purpose: better performer safety, stronger emotional connection, improved durability, higher consistency across parks. Mickey today. A carefully engineered icon. The Mickey Mouse you meet today is the result of decades of experimentation, feedback, and refinement. He looks effortless. He feels familiar. He moves naturally. But behind that simplicity is a complex system designed to protect both the character and the performer inside. Mickey Mouse hasn't stayed the same. He's grown, just carefully enough that most people never notice. And that's exactly the point. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more content. Thank you.